or minus with whatever. So this is a monomial. Is the power even or odd? It's even. So is the end behavior the same or is it opposite? It is the same. Good. Is this equation positive or negative? It's positive. So is the graph up or down on the right-hand side? It is up. Good. So you guys just told me it's the same in behavior. So if it's up on the right, then it has to be up on the left. Because it's same end behavior. What do all monomials go through? The origin. Boom. You already know the x and y intercept is the same. We're going to write 0, 0. Domain. All reals. Yes, yes. Now, when we drew that sketch of an even graph with a positive, did it go below the origin? It went through the origin, then came right back up. What is the range? 0 to infinity. Good job. We'll talk about increase and decrease when we graph it. Let's skip those for a moment. But extrema, did it have an absolute max or an absolute min? Min, right? Because it opens up forever. If it goes up forever, then it has an absolute minimum at the origin, 0, 0. You got one transformation. Remember, guys, and I'm abbreviating, it's a vertical stretch, but I'm going to write V as vertical stretch by a factor of 1/2. All right, cool. Let's try it. Now remember, these are sketches on purpose, which means if mine looks different than yours, like if yours is really thin, that's okay. If mine is a little wider than yours, it's fine because it's a sketch. Yes. Oh, yes, 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 thank you. So sorry. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, that's a vertical compression. Thank you, Rihanna. My bad, my bad. It is a vertical compression. I didn't get 100 on this. Guys, increase and decrease, if you trace the graph and watch how your finger moves, it tells you if it's increasing or decreasing. So when I trace this, oh, my finger is moving down, so that's decreasing. Over here it's moving up to the page, so that's increasing. So remember, it's decreasing at the very beginning, so this is going to be negative infinity, but once it hits that absolute minimum, it turns around and goes back up. So it's decreasing from negative infinity to 0, and then after 0, it increases forever. No, where it turns is where it's just standing still. There's no movement at the turning point. Now look. This is over an interval. And do y'all remember what interval is a code word for? What are those values? X values, very good. So you're telling me along the intervals right here, these are X values. And that's it. Okay, let's go down to this next one here. All right, we're going to do all that fun stuff all over again. End behavior, x-intercept, y-intercept, domain and range. I'm going to abbreviate this time. I'm going to write INC for increasing, DEC for decreasing. We're going to examine to see if there's extrema. And then we're going to state the transformations. Let's see how much we can do before we actually graph it. All right, that root is odd. So odd roots behave like odd powers. So is this a positive or a negative equation? Positive, which means it's up or down on the right? Up. So that's my right arrow. For my left arrow, remember odd is opposite, so it's down on the left. And then I am going to pause. I'll go ahead and write opposite. Origin, so 0, 0 for both. What's the domain for that odd root? Does anybody remember the domain? Yeah, you plug in anything you want. You can plug in anything. There are no restrictions on that, which means the range is also what? Very good. Now I'm going to do the increasing and decreasing in a minute. Guys, if it goes on forever in both directions, are you going to have any extrema? No, no extrema. All right, you have two transformations. This time it's a vertical stretch, right, Rihanna? Vertical stretch by a factor of 2. And then, remember, guys, everything grouped with X is so crazy backwards. This is a horizontal compression, and you got to flip it upside down. So that's a horizontal compression by a factor of 1/5. All right, let's sketch it. So guys, don't forget, your ID is such an excellent straight edge, especially now that all of us have these plastic sleeves on them. Just going to sketch an X and Y axis here. And it's cubic, and all cubics, cube roots, all odd roots look like S's. All odd roots look like S's. But watch. I'm going to see if it's increasing or decreasing. So I'm going to trace it. So I'm tracing my graph. Y'all, is this ever decreasing? No. It's increasing forever. So let's go ahead and write that it's increasing from negative infinity to positive infinity. And it's decreasing never. I'm going to write never because that's the truth.